Hello and welcome to the Brasileirão magazine. Round 3 has surprised and certainly made us feel that we've got the most competitive championship in the world. Bitter battles but no breakthroughs. Santos and Juventus and Chapecoense and Ceará tried really hard but were unable to find the net. Bitter battles but honours even. The derby between Palmeiras and Corinthians and the tussle between Red Bull Bragantino and Fluminense also finished in draws, but with goals. Binary system. 1-0 was the most common result in Brazil this weekend, with 4 games all with the same scoreline. No contest. The only one-sided match of the round happened in Rio de Janeiro, where defending champions Flamengo strolled through bottom side America. The Round 3 magazine starts now. Come and take a look with us. After being knocked out in the early rounds of the Copa do Brasil last week, Palmeiras and Corinthians entered the pitch at the Allianz Parque under a lot of pressure for a result in this big derby game. Green's coach, Abel Ferreira, was feeling the heat for the first time. New boy, Silvinho, arrived not too long ago at the Musketeers and had the mission to improve performances on the pitch. The battle between these two bitter rivals could not have started better for the Greens. With just 3 minutes on the clock, Rony started a counter-attack on the right and crossed into the box. João Victor got it all wrong. Wesley took full advantage to set up Rafael Veiga to fire in a stunner.
Perfect beginning for Palmeiras against their bitter rivals.
Corinthians started to put pressure on, looking for the equaliser. And they got really close thanks to Gustavo Silva. The winger beat 2 defenders and shot, but the ball went just over. Just a few minutes later, Matheus Vital had a go. He couldn't believe it when Jailson denied him with his fingertips. An amazing save from the goalkeeper.
What a save there by Jailson.
The Musketeers kept fighting for their first goal. Gabriel received the ball from Cantillo and attempted a shot, but this one lacked strength. At the end of the first half, Palmeiras responded with Gustavo Scarpa. Luis Adriano found the midfielder, who finished with his left to hit Cassio's woodwork. The home team were better after the break and had a great opportunity with Luis Adriano, a striker with a good chance to make it 2-0. Corinthians were very much alive and forced Jailson into another good save, this time with a free kick from Fabio Santos.
Mike didn't jump on the wall, that was the ball right by him, but what a save by the 39-year-old goalkeeper from Palmeiras.
But the goalkeeper couldn't stop Gabriel's equaliser. Gustavo Silva got it from Wagner and pulled it back to Gabriel. The defensive midfielder appeared in the middle of the Palmeiras defence and hit the net from close range.
What a great pass here, Gabriel finding the back of the net, anticipating Luan there. So, tie game now here in Allianz Parque that Gabriel celebrates his first goal of Campeonato Brasileiro.
Palmeiras did find the net again with William, but after a VAR check, referee Flavio Rodrigues spotted an offside by Rony. 1-1 the final score. A hard-fought match and honours even in the city of São Paulo between these two giants. Santos faced Juventus in the Vila Belmiro on Saturday night. The home team entered the pitch on a high after the 3-1 win against Ceará in the last round. On the other side, Juventus were looking to get their first victory in the competition. The first opportunity was for the away side. On the 21st minute mark, Marcus Vinicius received the ball in the box, but Alisson blocked the shot just at the right time. Santos had a lot of difficulties to break Juve's defensive line.
Into the iconic Vila Belmiro Stadium. The cross into the box!
Much to the despair of manager Fernando Diniz. There was so much difficulty that the coastal side's first clear opportunity came at the end of the first half. Caio Jorge attacked, but the ball deflected off the defence and fell right to Marcus Guilherme. Then, they almost scored after a nice play by Luis Felipe, who beat the defender and found Caio Jorge in the box. The young striker climbed higher than keeper Marcelo Carne, but the ball went wide.
And Caio Jorge just can't direct this one like he wanted to. Ball goes slowly and neatly out of bounds.
The second half started with Santos on the offence. Caio Jorge, once again, beat the defenders, but headed out of bounds. The opportunity right at the beginning made it look like the half would have more action. The expectations were of a game with plays more like this beautiful bicycle kick from Marcus Leonardo and this cheeky lob from Wesley. But the reality was best summed up by this bizarre mistake from Marinho.
Yeah,
Look at that.
I think the other foot.
The game went downhill because of the poor technical quality and the stoppages due to fouls from both teams. One of them, however, resulted in the best opportunity in the match. Marinho sent a powerful shot from outside the box that went very close to the post.
The replay right there.
How far was that?
A far shot, but a good one.
Pirani attempted the last effort from outside the box, but the strike lacked strength, and Marcelo Carne saved it without any trouble. Game over in the Villa Belmiro. Flamengo took on America Mineiro in the Maracanã. The hosts were hoping to stay 100% at the start of the campaign, but were missing a number of key players who were on international duty. America were already struggling back in the top flight and were relying on a creaky defence to hold out. Soon after the kick-off, William Morel found the pacey Bruno Henrique. The forward broke into the area and was brought down by keeper Mateus, but VAR had spotted an offside in the move. On the 23rd minute mark, the away side didn't have the same luck. Vitinha won the ball and launched a counter-attack. He set up Bruno Henrique and the Rubro-Negros were in front. The number 27's third goal of the season and the fourth assist from Vitinha. In the second half, Coach Liska tried to get a reaction from his team with forward Hibimar. The front man created a chance for America soon after. Ademir sent the ball forward and Hibimar came close, but not close enough for the equaliser. On 66 minutes, Rodrigo Muniz took control and pretty much killed off a tie with Flamengo second. A nice finish from the reserve striker who came in late for Pedro.
Rodrigo Muniz, the 20-year-old striker.
When Rodrigo Muniz was subbed, he made the point of going over to one of the coaches, Mauricio Souza. Gerson connected with Bruno Henrique inside the area and hit a powerful shot that was almost goal number 3. A brilliant effort from the midfielder. 3 points for Flamengo, who kept their 100% start in the Brasileirão and have a game in hand. America are finding life very hard in Serie A after their third straight defeat. Atletico, Mineiro and São Paulo are two of the strongest contenders for the Brasileirão title. The teams clashed at the Mineirão, but neither were in their best form. Early on there was a good run from Hulk, who found Keno, but Thiago Volpe produced a great save. That was the start of a good performance from Gallo's number 7. Atletico jumped ahead on the 16th minute, Hulk once again pulling the strings of the offence with a great pass to Johan on the right wing. There was a perfect ball across and Jair was there for an easy finish. The first goal from him in the season after he finished off a very nice team move from Cuca's boys. São Paulo's first decent chance came from Emiliano Regioni, one of the few good moments from the tricolor in the afternoon. The Argentine dribbled on his left but couldn't finish. In the final minutes of the first half there came a big chance for São Paulo with a big contribution from Atletico. After a good ball from Igor Vinicius, Gabriel Sala put the cross in. Defender Hever almost scored an own goal. I needed to thank his goalkeeper Everson for saving the day. São Paulo came back from the break with a better attitude, with Regioni leading the way. He tried from outside the box, but there was a deflection with a shot. In the closing stages of the match, right back Mariano had some room on the wing and almost caught Thiago Volpe off guard. A big win for Gallo at the Mineirão as they moved on to 6 points. Sao Paulo have got off to a rocky start with just 1 point in 3 matches. Gremio went head-to-head with Atletico Paranaense in round 3. The Tricolor were looking to pick up their first points in the competition. The manager, Thiago Nunes, had a full team with the returns of Rafinha and Ferreirinha. Atletico Paranaense started the round in second and wanted to keep their 100% record going in Porto Alegre. It took only a few seconds for the away team to almost score with Nicão. He got on the end of Vitinho's cross and almost found the net with a diving header. A brilliant effort from keeper Breno to prevent the first for the away team. From that moment on, Gremio started taking control of the match. Cortez received a long pass and crossed into the box. Diego Souza finished with a volley at close range, but the effort lacked strength. An easy save for Santos. Atletico's second opportunity came with Vitinho. He sent a shot aimed at the far corner, but it missed the target. Then came a solid effort from Hitchard in clearing the defenders near the box, but the finish was a little bit weak and also easy for Breno. Atletico went in front just before the break. Marcinho went flying down the right and found Mateus Babi, who pushed it into the net. The referee called offside on the play, but VAR gave the goal. Back from the changing rooms, Diego Souza got close to levelling the score after his free kick deflected off the wall and not far off Santos' post. The Hurricanes almost doubled the score after Gremio's defence got it all wrong. Nicão took full advantage of the mistake and finished with a volley that went wide.
Nice couple of step-overs to create that space for himself, and then said...
The second half had few real chances, but at the end of the game, Ferreira did have one last effort to draw the match level, but he missed the target. Match over in Gremio's arena. Atletico secured an important win. Gremio remained without a point in the championship. After a good start in the Brasileirão, Bahia hosted Internacional, who were licking their wounds after a heavy pounding by Fortaleza last week. The home side were at full strength while Inter made changes to try to shake things up. The first exciting play took a long time to come. On the 28th minute, Tyson left Ednilson in front of goal. The number 8 entered the box and was brought down by goalkeeper Mateus Teixeira. Ednilson took the penalty himself, with his usual finesse, placing the ball away from the keeper. 1-0 to Inter, an 8th goal in his 8 penalties for the Reds. Bahia's best chance came in stoppage time. Rodriguinho hit a great pass to Gilberto, and the number 9 finished to produce a brilliant stop by young goalkeeper Daniel. What a save! After the break came the game's controversial moment. Lucas Ribeiro and Rossi got tangled up and Bahia's number 7 fell to the ground. The referee showed a red card for aggression to Inter's defender. It was the 11th red for a Colorado player this year. Even with one man down, the away side looked better in the match. Heitor recovered the ball in the offence, got into the box and shot from a tight angle. Mateus Teixeira making the save to keep the game at 1-0. Inter still pressed, and Tyson once again left a teammate in front of goal. Yuri Alberto had the chance to score, but was stopped by Teixeira yet again. Game over. 1-0 for Internacional and an important victory away from home. This was a disappointing result for Bahia and ended their short winning streak. Fortaleza continued their good run when they took on Sport in the Castelão. The hosts were in search of a 3rd straight win in the league, while Sport were hoping to bounce back from defeat in the last round against Atletico Mineiro. The game didn't quite live up to expectations, as both sides were determined not to let the other play. The chances that were created were not exactly that great, such as this one from Sport and this from the hosts. As well as the poor efforts, the two teams also shared the cards. 3 each.
And guess what? Another yellow card.
But suddenly the game livened up. Sport decided to lend a helping hand to their opponents. Maxwell didn't quite have this in mind. Trouble for Sport, and goodbye to Maxwell.
Short work for Maxwell.
Then, Iago Maidana messed up to hand Fortaleza a gift of a penalty. Wellington Paulista said thank you very much as he struck home from the spot. The goal was enough for Fortaleza, who made it maximum points.
As the referee blows the whistle, Fortaleza still perfect in the Campeonato Brasileiro. 3 games, 3 wins.
Red Bull Bragantino and Fluminense clashed swords in a very similar position. The home team had 4 points and wanted a win to get into the top positions of the table. Fluminense were also on 4 and had the same ambition of going up in the Brasileirão. The home team began firing on all cylinders and opened up the scoring after just 6 minutes. Italo got the ball from Claudinho and set up Lucas Evangelista with a brilliant backheel pass. The midfielder finished in great style from outside the box. How's that for a goal?
Very, very early on. And then Lucas Evangelista takes a bit of a battering, which I've got a feeling he won't mind at all.
Fluminense had the ball for a longer time, but were unable to break down the brute force's defensive line. And manager Roger Machado was not too happy about it. So angry, in fact, that his complaints got him a yellow card. But the Flu coach remained as intense as ever.
Well done is a cross. Is that Roger Machado by any chance? What a surprise.
Italo again delivered a precise pass, this time to Artur. The winger entered the box, one-on-one with keeper Marcus Felipe, before hitting a classy finish. 2-0 for Red Bull.
Caio Paulista on that occasion got it all wrong. Clinical with the finishing.
Beautiful touch by Artur there.
The second half started at the same pace as Abel Hernandez hit the post with his beautiful header, but the referee called an offside. Red Bull responded with Elinho after a lovely pass from Claudinho, but the ball went wide. Fluminense started putting pressure on Red Bull's defence and got there first after Agigio's corner. Bobadisha's header found Caio Paulista, who was there at the right time and place to power the ball in.
And Caio find the back of the net here with a beautiful header. No one was there to stop him.
Both teams then continued to attack. It looked like Red Bull had it in the bag until Nene's cross was handled by Fabrizio Bruno. Penalty for the Tricolor.
According to the Flu bench, those voices have been silenced because they've got themselves a penalty.
Abel Hernandez converted the pen and Flu salvaged a deserved point away from home. 2-2 in the most entertaining match of the round. A point apiece was about right in the 4-goal thriller in Bragança Paulista. In the Arena Condá, Chapecoense went in search of their first points of the campaign against Ceará. The home side failed to win, but they did manage a draw. The game got off to a very fast start, before losing its way as the match progressed. Chape got the first chance with Fernandinho. The forward broke free and went for goal, but Hitchard was able to keep the attempt out. Ceará came back on the 10th minute with Bruno Pacheco combining with Kleber. Fernando Sobral got in on the act, but the ball came off a defender and went wide. Following a corner, centre-back Mazias got in a header but couldn't beat the keeper. Chape's Siepo was again involved when he had to deal with Lima's effort, and then had to reassure his backline. The battle between Lima and Siepo continued, and the keeper certainly had luck on his side when the shot came off the woodwork in this bizarre moment when the ball somehow managed to stay out.
Moment for him.
Yeah,
He didn't touch the ball in the first time, just the post. You can see again, he was really far.
Moments later, Siepo was again involved. Lima caused more problems before producing another good stop from the keeper. Gabriel Jesus was there on the follow-up, but it wasn't going to be Ceará's night. The saves took a toll and Siepo ended up being subbed after picking up a knee injury. Off he went to get the injury checked out as João Paulo came in. Chape only got near Cearã's goal near the end of the first half, when Anselmo Ramon came close. The second half was a lot slower, but Ceará remained on top. Gabriel Jesus pressured, but couldn't find a way through. Chape went forward with Fernandinho, who nearly broke the deadlock when he attacked Ceará. Fernandinho then had his own duel with Hitchard, who pulled off a good save to keep the ball out. Final score 0-0 in Santa Catarina. Chape are in trouble early on, but at least took their first point of the campaign. Ceará were more than happy with the draw away from home. Let's take a look at our goals of the round. In third place is this beautiful chip shot by Mateus Babi to beat goalkeeper Breno and score the winner for the Hurricanes over Gremio in Porto Alegre. Right back Marcinho started the play in stunning form with this assist to Atletico striker who found the net. The second place goes to Lucas Evangelista with a brilliant collective effort from the Massa Bruta. A stolen ball in the attack. Italo received from Claudinho and cleverly found his teammate. Evangelista hit the stunner with his right. An amazing goal. But the best strike of round 3 came from Rafael Veiga. A super powerful bullet left Casio with no chance at all. A great job by Wesley performing as a target man as he set up Veiga's shot for Palmeiras against arch enemies Corinthians. A sensational goal and our top choice this weekend. This one was really hard to believe. Just ask Mateus Vital. A lovely shot, denied by a gorgeous save. Jailson stretched and reached the ball with his fingertips to deny Corinthians a goal in the big derby. For that beauty, Jailson earned our praise for the round's best save. Another cheeky nutmeg in the Brasileirão. International left-back Leo Borges put the ball between Rossi's legs. Superb skills for the young Colorado player against one of the boys from Bahia. The best dribble of the round is yours, Leo Borges. It's that part of the show where we take a look at the players and the manager who stood out in round 3. In goal, we've gone for Thiago Chapecoense. The right back, Marcinho from Atletico Paranaense. The two central defenders are Rodrigo Caio from Flamengo and Igor Rabelo of Atletico Mineiro. At left back is Gigio from Fluminense. In midfield, Gabriel, Corinthians. Gerson, Flamengo. Lucas Evangelista, Red Bull Bragantino. And Nacho Fernandes from Atletico Mineiro. Up front, Hulk, Atletico Mineiro and Bruno Henrique from Flamengo. The man on the bench is Antonio Oliveira from Atletico Paranaense. The award for Best Player of Round 3 goes to the amazing Hulk. Since the beginning of the game against São Paulo, the striker made it clear that he would be the one to make all the difference. And he certainly did. He set up the counter-attack that left Kello one-on-one with Thiago Volpe. A few minutes later, he delivered another great move that led to Gallo's goal, put away by Jair. Even though he didn't score any himself, the number 7 gave a lesson in football and was a key player in Atletico's win. Three rounds in, and the Campeonato Brasileiro is starting to take a bit of shape. Fortaleza and Atletico Paranaense have a 100% record. Flamengo, Atletico, Goianiense and Atletico Mineiro are not far behind. Moving down to the wrong end of the table, São Paulo suddenly found themselves in trouble, either in the bottom 4 alongside Chapecoense, Gremio and América Mineiro. New signing for the Dorado. Cuiabá have announced the signing of 22-year-old forward Danilo Gomes. The player belongs to São Paulo and arrives at the club on loan. Gomes was turning out for Atletico Goianiense in the local state championship, Copa do Brasil and Sul-Americana. The forward scored 4 goals in 33 matches and is a product of São Paulo's famous academy in Cotia. It didn't last long. Miguel Ángel Ramírez has been shown a door by Internacional. The manager left the club after just 3 months and 21 games. Inter were hammered 5-1 by Fortaleza last weekend and then went out of the Copa do Brasil against Vitória. The club want to come to a mutual agreement with Ramírez to try to avoid using the single managerial change allowed in the Brasileirão. 50% chance. Colombian team, Junior Barranquilla, want 50% of the economic rights for Palmeiras' striker, Borja. The Greens are looking for around $4 to $4.5 million to become Junior's equal partner for the player. If Palmeiras manage to succeed in the negotiations, it will be a step closer to getting back the $10 million they spent to sign the athlete back in 2016. Round 4 of the Brasileirão starts with the tricolor Paulista facing Chapecoense in the Morumbi. At the same time, Inter come up against Atletico Mineiro in what promises to be a great game between these two giants. Later on, Corinthians face Red Bull Bragantino, and on the last match of the day, we have Juventus going head-to-head with Palmeiras in the south. On Thursday, the games start with América Mineiro facing Cuiabá, Fluminense Santos, Ceará Bahia, plus Atletico Goianiense against Fortaleza. The round closes with Sport Recife against Gremio. The match between Atletico Paranaense and Flamengo has been postponed and is yet to be rescheduled. That's it for this week. We hope you're enjoying our coverage of the toughest, most exciting league in the Americas. And we'll be back next week with more action from the Brasileirão.